of survivors get the care they earned when they wrote a blank check up to and including their very lives. In closing, I'd like to recognize those who have lost a loved one in the line of duty to this country. It doesn't matter how much time has passed, no words of condolence can even begin to adequately console a survivor's grief. And while grief from loss may change throughout the years, it never leaves us. I'd now like to introduce Parsippany Fire Company Chaplain, Reverend Donald Bragg. He will offer our opening prayer. Don is also an EMT with the Rocky Neck First Aid Squad.
Let us pray. Almighty God, giver of all victory, we thank thee for the many blessings you provide in our free land. Help us remember with reverence the devotion of our departed comrades, not only those who consecrate our country's soil, but also those who sleep in foreign lands. Ignite in us the same spark of courage, strength, and love of country that made it possible for these ordinary people to accomplish such extraordinary feats. May thy merciful blessing rest upon surviving veterans of our great war, veterans in need, our first responders, and the men and women of our armed forces now and in our place throughout the world. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Please join me in singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Excuse me. My goodness. I was going to ask the scouts to come up, but I'm going to ask the lacrosse kids to come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Can you come up front? Put the racket here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a number of guests here today, and I'd ask for you to hold your applause until all of them are introduced. From Morris County Government, County Clerk Ann Grassi, our Parsippany Mayor James Barbario, and from our Town Council, Council Vice President Michael DiPiero, Council members Frank Neglia, Paul Parisi Jr., and Justin Musella. And we also are blessed with the presence of Betty DeCrose. She's a former Assemblywoman. Please make them feel welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the dais Parsippany Mayor James Barbario.
morning, everybody. From the American Legion 451, Charlie, represents my good friend of mine. Welcome you to the solemn occasion to pay tribute to the servicemen and women who selflessly made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Each year we reaffirm our appreciation for those that were lost in service. We come together in ceremonies such as this and speak about bravery and honor. I am not sure that is enough to thank the service members and their families that they have lost. I think a better way to demonstrate our gratitude is by showing we are united as Americans. We do that as we come together today as one country, under one flag, as we pledge allegiance to this great nation. We need to show we are united, not just today, but every day. Otherwise, their sacrifice will be in vain. We do not want to forget the powerful price of freedom. Ensure the legacy of these heroes by continuing to tell their stories to new generations, serving their place in history. What makes our nation great are the ordinary people who stepped up and called to service, who volunteered to serve, protect, and defend the United States. Their courage is an inspiration to all of us. Honor them, cherish their memories. Remember, they may be lost, but they are never forgotten. In closing, married now 10 years, and I love coming to the Rainbow Lake ceremony. In fact, when I first started out, the gentleman behind me, Rich, was a bugle boy, and I was a bugle man. But God was God first. I look up to my father. I'll tell you why. My dad was a World War II veteran, four major battles during World War II. He made sacrifices for all of us that are here today. My dad always reaffirmed to me about this ultimate sacrifice that others have made. So I was always so proud to say my dad was World War II hero. And I'm very proud of all the servicemen here in the United States. Not a funny story, a true story. Every time I watched the Olympics with my father, and we won a gold medal, the flag was raised, my dad would get just like you, Joe. He would get very emotional. He loved this country. His parents were immigrants from Italy. This was his country. This is the greatest country in the world. We should never, ever forget about those that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Those are very kind words. Thank you very much. I'd like to now introduce our county's clerk, Ann Grassi.
Morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here once again. I'm a Parsippany girl, grew up in this town, so to me, being here for you is very special. Memorial Day weekend, you all know, an official start of the summer season, and that begins today. As we enjoy the company of our friends and families at Bagpipes picnics or on a trip to the Jersey Shore, we should never forget the true reason for the holiday. Originally known as Decoration Day, so was honored in the rather than on their grave site. In the late 1800s, the name changed to Memorial Day, but would not become an officially recognized holiday until 1967. This Monday, May 29th, is actually Memorial Day. It's a day dedicated to honoring those men and women in our armed forces who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. True heroes always deserve our recognition. Each of us can show our gratitude to these heroes in many ways, but I'm just going to give you a few that I think are very important. Respect our country, our flag, each other. Remember those who died so that we might enjoy our freedom. Teach our children the meaning of Memorial Day. Teach them that America is the greatest nation in the world. We're not perfect, but we strive to be. Teach them to be proud when they pledge allegiance to our flag and to our country. And give thanks. If you should meet a member of the military,
thanks to our community partner, the Rainbow Lakes Volunteer Fire Company. Special thanks go to fireman, Captain, past Chief and now Captain Joe Reber for his help in setting up today's event. Sincere thanks also to all the visiting fire companies, emergency units, other first responders. You have our utmost respect for all that you do for our community, and we are most grateful to have you here in attendance. And of course, I must thank the CúChullain Pipe Band for being here today. They are a fantastic addition to this event, and we appreciate their presence immensely. Now I'm going to introduce you to Jerry Manning. He's a U.S. Army veteran through the Cold War era for the reading of Flanders Fields.
I spent 19 years in the service. In the Cold War, 2 years in the Army of Occupation of Germany. That was my contribution. Now, I have a question for the people in the assemblage. But no one who was here last year can answer because they know the answer. This is a question for people who were not here last year. Does anyone recognize the name John McCrae? Okay. Not a tough question, it's a tougher answer. He was a Canadian military doctor and an artillery command major in the Canadian Expeditionary Force in World War I. He didn't survive the war. He left us with a little poem titled In Flanders Fields, which seemed destined to live forever. Although Flanders Fields is actually a commemorative cemetery in Belgium, its name has come to represent the final resting place, marked and unmarked, of those who have fallen in battle. It is a privilege to give voice to his words. Flanders Fields, the poppies blow. In between the crosses, row on row. That mark our place, and in the sky, the marks, still bravely seen. I scarce heard humming the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Love and work on it. And now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up your quarrel with the foe. To you, falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If we break faith with us who died, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. Sleep well, you great heroes, so long as veterans exist, and we are many. So long as there are Americans who care, as you do. America, you will not be forgotten. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Jerry. We are now going to honor all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice while fighting for our freedom. World War I, 116,700 lives lost. Mike DiPiero presenting. Mike is a Vietnam-era veteran served with the U.S. Air Force. Present, halt! Order, halt! World War II, 407,316 lives lost. Ben Lanza presenting. Ben is a U.S. Navy veteran, served in Guantanamo Bay. Korea, 36,914 lives lost. Gordon Furlong presenting. Gordon is a U.S. Army Vietnam-era veteran, infantry trainer. Present, halt! Order, halt! Vietnam, 58,220 lives lost. Richard Miller, Army National Guard, served in Vietnam May 1969 through May 1969 through November 69 in the Mekong Delta. Present, halt! Order, halt! Lebanon, Grenada, or Grenada, and Panama. Bob Freeman presenting. Bob is a U.S. Navy veteran who served as a Navy corpsman. Present, halt! Order, halt! Persian Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan. Brian Essler. Brian is a USMC veteran of Iraq and Kosovo, served in G Company 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines. Present, halt! Order, halt! Our current Rainbow Lakes Fire Chief, Russell Gruder, will now place a bouquet of flowers and a flag to honor all who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Present, halt! Order, halt! Let us stand now in silence, in solemn memory, while Richie Skibitsky performs taps. Present, ho! Order, ho! And now what everybody's been waiting for. The CúChullain Pipe Band will now perform Amazing Grace. Beautiful. Thank you. I'll now introduce, once again, Michael DiPiero, Reverend, Air Force veteran, and Council Vice President, for the reading of A Soldier Died Today.
Getting old and paunchy. His hair was going fast. And he hung around the post, telling stories of the past, of a war that he once fought in, and the things that he had done. In his exploits with his buddies, they were heroes, every one. Now, some of his younger neighbors thought his stories were a joke. But his comrades listened quietly,
because they knew whereof he spoke. But we'll hear his tales no longer. The old timers passed away, and the world's a little poorer, because the soldier died today. He was just an ordinary kind of kid caught up in war and strife. He went and served his country, and he offered up his life. He came back and raised a family, and went quietly on his way. And the world will little notice that a soldier died today. If we can't do him honor while he's around to hear the praise, then at least let's pay him homage past the closing of his day. I'd like to see a headline in the record that might say, "Our nation is in mourning. A soldier died." The aches and pains are over. No more fears of growing old. He's at post everlasting, behind those gates of gold. And when they come to bid him welcome, like his first comrade says, "You gave yourself to others."
You're good, don't worry.
Soldiers were born.
Past Chief and current Fire Company Captain Joe Reaver will now raise our flag to full staff in honor of our departed comrades. Present. Order. Please reach out and join hands for God Bless America. Would anybody like to sing that? Volunteers. Okay. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, through the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. For our closing prayer. For our closing prayer, we're going to bring back Reverend Donald Bragg.
Please pray. Lord, open our minds and our hearts that we may remember those who have passed before us. Hold our troops in your loving care. Welcome those who are now dying in the name of freedom, and the growing tide of older veterans now crossing over into thy service. Shelter them in your love and give unto them the peace and comfort and glory so well deserved by all those who have served our flag. On this day of remembrance, may the love of God and the country go. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Before we conclude, which is very shortly, I'd like to remind everybody here that's in attendance that the Rainbow Lakes Volunteer Fire Company has invited everyone here for a picnic and barbecue at the firehouse with food and refreshments for everyone. But I'd like you now to remain in place until the color guard has left the field. Color guard, retire the colors.
You're good, don't worry.
Present. Ho! Right now, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. The ceremony has ended.